ChefD26. I'm with Irish Booze Hound. Alright, man, we just got back to the movies. We just saw The Dark Tower. Duh. It's directed by some guy whose names that I cannot pronounce. And I'm gonna Nikolai Jovic or something like that. I want to apologize ahead of time if I can't pronounce people's names correctly, because I'm just not good that way.
Yeah, like the main star of the movie, Ezra
Elba or something like that.
The guy from Pacific Rim.
Yeah, and from Thor, who plays Heimdall.
Yes,
So, yeah.
and the guy from Ghost Rider Part 2.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He's like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's like the supporting actor.
Yeah.
Ezra Elba. That's who he is. He did a very good job in this one.
He got it right. Ding ding.
Ding ding. All right. He plays Roland in this one. He's like a gunslinger.
He is the gunslinger.
He is the gunslinger. The last of the gunslingers.
The last one of his time.
And this movie, The Dark Tower, of course, was written in the novel series by Stephen King. Of course, we all know that Stephen King has done a ton of good work, and it's been adapted to film. Everything from Silver Bullet, It, The Shining, Maximum Overdrive, Misery,
Dreamcatcher, Miss, Children of the Corn,
Misery. Oh, I already said Misery. Christie, Pet Cemetery, and Salem's Lot. There's a bunch more that I haven't even named, but they're all still good works. And this is just another adaptation of his works. Now, from what I heard, there's at least 8 books. Right? Yeah, no, 8. Yeah, there we go. 8 books out there right now that are comprised of this movie.
Now, there has been a couple of people saying that this movie is the first 2 books compiled into one. Me personally, I've never read any single book.
No.
I went into this movie. He went into this movie.
Yeah,
like me. We had just no complete idea about the Dark Tower series. But from what I can tell, this movie just jumps right into it gets right into it. It doesn't waste no time. So right there, it tells me, this book. There's been multiple books compressed into this movie. Yes. It's about this boy named Jacob Chambers. Jacob Chambers. Yeah. He has like Charles Xavier. Powers. No
spoilers just yet. So. But let's just say he's important to this movie. Yeah. So right now, of course, how was the acting in this movie? The acting was very good. Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black, he did a very good job.
Yes, he did a very good, job.
You could tell, you could tell that he had fun with this role, and you could tell he flipped the switch right away from being cool to all of a sudden almost just losing it. And he did a very good job. And was it Ezra Elba did a very good job as Roland, the last gunslinger, or as the gunslinger. Also he did an awesome good job in this one.
The gunslinger, one of his, I'm not going to spoil it, but one of the supporting guest appearances, or how do you say it, a cameo appearance, was from the Allstate guy. Allstate's in your hands.
Yeah, we don't know his name, but we will display the names and who the characters that play.
Also, what's that guy's name from Major League? The one that worshipped the little voodoo guy. Serrano. Yeah. We'll just call him Serrano.
Yeah, because I really don't know his name in real life. Yeah. But all in all, everybody did a good job. Even the little boy, he did a very good job. Forgot his name in the movie. If you can remember. Tom Taylor, something like that. Yeah, that's his real name. Yeah. And but he did a really good job. He had a lot of good range. He seemed like really quiet at first, and then as the movie went on, it showed him starting to break out more into his character, where he was able to speak out, get more guts basically, and he was able to hold his own with Ezra and Matthew McConaughey. I gotta say, he did a very good job in this one.
Yes.
And as for special effects, wasn't too many, but the ones that were there, it counted. And it was very good, very smooth transition. Sometimes, less is more, and that's what happened here. Less was more. So now we're going to go into our final verdict. This is what we actually give our rating. Me personally, after all the problems that this movie had, everything from being really short to only like an hour and 35 minutes, very lack of character development.
That's actually a big one. I mean, from the get-go, there has really no character development at all.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that from also just not a whole lot of things explained to us. Some things felt rushed because it was so short.
Yeah, So that right there is another big one too. Character development and the movie was rushed, especially in the Act 3.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell at the beginning it takes its time, and then right there at the end it's like, oh, we gotta end the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, I give it my final verdict. Just remember, this is my own personal opinion. This is his personal opinion as well. Everybody out there will always have their own personal opinion about the way this movie was put together. And some people, fans of Stephen King, will fucking crucify you for saying that. But you know what? Like I said,
wouldn't say crucified, but they respect the franchise.
Yes.
And they respect who he is as an author.
So right now, I give it my personal opinion of 2 towers out of 5. 2 out of 5. So this
what? I agree. 2 Dark Towers.
2 Dark Towers.
Save your money. Check it out on Netflix or Hulu when it comes out.
Yeah, if you have a friend who gets it right away, just go over and watch it with him, and you can decide where you want to buy it or not. So right now, after we've done our rating, we've done a review on acting, special effects, and how the plot was.
Let's get into the spoilers.
All right, guys. This is spoiler warning. You have been warned. Ha 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 ha. All right. Right now, the main plot of this movie was a kid. You know, he supposedly he's like a shiner. He's like a psychic, basically. That's what they call him in this one.
It starts out with him having these dreams, and he draws them out, and he puts them up on his wall, and he's really getting in depth and in detail of what he's envisioning, and it shows right away. The Man in Black, or the Sorcerer, or Walter. He has multiple names in the movie, but what really drew me to a 2-star, David, is that they never gave him a backstory. It's just right away, oh, it's Matthew McConaughey as the sorcerer. It's
they showed him right away.
How did he become a sorcerer? How did he get his power? And it explains later in the movie that the Dark Tower is one single entity, and it guards all these different worlds. It didn't really go into depth about that. So right away, you can tell that this movie started at about the 2nd or 3rd book.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, you can tell something's amiss.
Yeah, and like you were saying, there's 8 different books, and this movie jumps into like book 2 or book 3. It's like if you're watching the Harry Potter series, and Harry Potter started at the Goblet of Fire and left all the other movies out.
Yeah, you would be like, what happened to Harry's parents? You know, they would never show it. Exactly. Like, how did he get his powers if he was stuck in the other world? How did he get here, basically? So, they never really gave a backstory on the Man in Black and Roland. Basically. No, because they never talk about like why is he resistant to his magic. I mean, since he's resistant to magic, he'll kill his friends and family, and I mean, but they never talk about why.
No, and they never talk about why. Right there, the sorcerer, he says that he's been resistant to his magic. That's why he's killed all his loved ones, his friends, and anyone he's associated with, because that's all he can do. And how to hurt the gunslinger. Yeah,
and because earlier in the movie they show like a great battle that happened. They did show the aftermath, and they show the Man in Black walk up to some guy, talk to him, saying, "Well, you failed, you tried," and set him ablaze, basically like that.
Yes,
that's our final verdict. But the main plot was, in order for the Man in Black to destroy, our universe or world, to let those demons or something come in, that he had to destroy the tower. The only way he can do that is by using the power of the mind of children. Because at the very beginning, it shows them strapping in a bunch of kids in a big old circle.
Yes.
And then they all, like, something happens, and the light goes up, like, straightwards into the air, and it hits the tower, but it's not affecting the tower.
Yeah, it's like this V machine, and it draws the mind of the children, and it shoots this beam at the Dark Tower to try to destroy it. And the whole reason why they want this particular boy, Jake Chambers, is because his single mind has the power to destroy this tower with one shot.
Yeah, he's the most powerful psychic that they encountered right now. They said, forget these other kids, let's go after him because he can do it. He can do this.
The gunslinger explains to the boy that once the Dark Tower is destroyed, all this darkness can come in and take over these worlds, but it doesn't really go in depth on why the sorcerer wants to do this. Is he doing it because he lost his loved one? Is he doing this because he was just a complete douchebag?
Is he doing it for more power, or is he doing it for more...
is he gaining something from it? It doesn't explain it.
It doesn't explain why too much in here.
But, and then, of course, we stay to the very end. No secrets, no hints to another book, any kind of upcoming movies, nothing of that nature. So that was a little bit of disappointment, but...
don't get us wrong, Matthew McConaughey did do a good role. He did kind of display his powers of how it made people just stop, shut up, like that, and they didn't freeze. And he would display it by saying, like, stop breathing, and people would be like...
Yeah, and then of course all his little minions were right away. They were just afraid of him. They
already knew, like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, like Lord Voldemort.
Yes.
Everybody was like, oh shit, there he is. You know, okay, I want to talk to him. You know, he's cool. I'll do what he says.
Here's an interesting part. There was an Easter egg in this movie, and this guy right here, like Dunkirk, didn't catch it.
What? Yeah, he didn't. He's telling me just now.
Yeah.
He's telling me just now.
So in the movie, in this one part of the movie, the gunslinger's fighting this like werewolf or like this like beast-looking creature, and in this scene there is an abandoned amusement park, and even the kid mentions it to him. That's amusement park. Gunslinger says, "Nah, we don't have an amusement park." And you briefly see the name across the top of it, and it says Pennywise, which happens to be the clown from It. So it's safe to say maybe this is where it came from. This is where he worked prior to that movie. So I thought that was really cool.
Wow, that kind of explains why It is, because a creature who could talk. Like Roland said in this movie, because the animals still talk here. And the kid's like, what do you mean? They just used to talk or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Now, me personally, and David, we talked about this going to the movie. When we want to try something different with our audience, we would like to hear from you. Please leave a comment down for this guy. Let him know your favorite Stephen King novel or even Stephen King movie.
Yeah, let us know your least favorite as well. Let us know what you think. And also let us how you think about this movie, all right?
Yeah, we like to hear your input. It really gives us an idea for upcoming shows. And always like and subscribe this guy. You could really use your support. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again. Remember, I always got more videos coming out. I got more video game walkthroughs. I got more Legos coming out. I even got more movie reviews coming out.
We got a busy fall coming out. A lot of great movies.
And there's another Stephen King movie coming out this year, and it's It.
Yes.
So we're gonna see the recreation or a remake from the early '90s, and we're gonna see how that one is, man.
I'm kind of interested in seeing It. I know Tim Curry. He did the original.
Fantastic job.
Yes, fantastic job. So. The director has already said that based off of the trailer, he knows that this is going to be a good movie, and he's already asked if he can do other remakes. I've heard that he wants to do a remake of Pet Sematary. That should be interesting.
Yeah. Remember, the one we're seeing now is only part one. And of course, second part probably won't come out until next year, because the first part, if anybody's already seen It, you should know that the first part is just about the kids. And then the second half is about the adults going back to finish them off. So,
exactly.
Even though it was a spoiler, but come on, you know, if you're an It fan, you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, like and support this guy. Leave us a comment. We'd like to hear from you. All right. And always, thanks for watching.
This is ChefD26. This is Irish Booze Hound, and we'll hit you again next time on ChefD26 spoiler / spoiler reviews. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.